In today's video, I will be giving you my formula for having the best wedding reception ever with some unique details. So stay tuned for some tips on how to give your guests a rockin' good time. Hey y'all, I'm Tyese. I'm a wedding and event planner and owner of Marigold Events based out of Baltimore, Maryland. Consider me your wedding warrior. Here to help you slay your wedding planning goals and helping you navigate through the big bad world of wedding shenanigans. Come back here every Friday for free professional wedding planning advice. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I would love for you to join me here every Friday. All right, first things first. Make sure you keep the comfort of your guests in mind, in particular when you select your venue. Think about the type of venue that you're selecting. Is there going to be adequate space for the amount of guests you're inviting? What about the climate? What about the time of year? Are you trying to plan an outdoor wedding in a garden in July in the South? Might not be a good idea. It's kind of hot that time of year. Also think about the room and how that you want to set everything up. Is there going to be adequate space for your buffets? Adequate space for your bars? What about space for dancing? If you have 150 people, you want to make sure there's adequate dancing space on the dance floor, especially if you're planning a really, really fun party. Okay, next, you've got to feed these folks. One of my favorite elements of a great wedding reception is the food. And it doesn't even matter what type of food. I'm not even just talking about the type of food that's served. I'm talking about if you have a ceremony that's scheduled at 12 o'clock and you're not having me sit down and eat lunch until 2 o'clock, I need a little snack in between. Make sure you plan for some really yummy little bites. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Maybe you want to do a cool popcorn bar or some chips and dip or something like that, just to munch on in between your ceremony and reception, just to keep the guests entertained and give them a little snack. Remember, a wedding day can be kind of a long day for your guests too, especially if they're traveling from kind of far away. Also, think about the type of food. So it doesn't have to be your typical 3-course sit-down meal with a salad and entree and then your wedding cake dessert. You can do whatever you like for your wedding day. If you want it to be super formal, or even if you want it to be super casual, like a really cool pizza and beer, like that could be a really cool option for a wedding reception. Or maybe a taco truck or a cupcake truck. This is your opportunity to really think out the box and pick something that's unique for you as a couple. So when guests come in and they see that food, they're like, oh, okay, this is really, Jack and Jill. This is so awesome. So try to get creative with the food and don't forget to keep your guests' bellies full. Okay, so you have your cool venue, you have your great menu picked out. So what's next? Booze. Yes. Just like you have to keep these folks fed, you got to give them a little something to drink, a little liquid courage so they can get out on that dance floor and party. So the biggest question that I get asked as a wedding planner about when it comes to bars is it okay for me to have a cash bar at my wedding? You could if you want to. In my opinion, cash bars are totally lame. When people come to a wedding, I think it's a nice thing for you to give them something to drink. And if you can't afford a full open bar, which I think is actually ideal, it's totally fine. What if you want to just serve some wine with dinner? Or maybe if you did just beer and wine, or if you did a cool whiskey flight where they can try different types of whiskeys or some craft beers. Maybe there's some local craft beers to where you're located that you can feature at your wedding. Just something fun. Just try to be creative and think outside the box. Okay, so once I have my great meal and I got my drink in my hand, I'm ready to party. Do yourself a favor and hire a professional wedding DJ or band to get the party going. And make sure when you talk to your wedding planner and you're scheduling your timeline, schedule enough time for dancing. I hate it when I have these weddings that I go to that don't schedule enough time for me to party. I hate it when, you have your meal and then they want to do their first dance and then they want to do their mother-daughter dance and there's maybe about 30, 45 minutes left for actual partying. That sucks. So make sure you have enough time in your timeline so that all the guests can have an opportunity to get their drink and get out on the floor and boogie. All right. So are you ready to plan your rockin' fun wedding reception? So tell me in the comments, what do you love the most about wedding receptions? This is a question that I always love to ask people. I love to hear what people love the most about wedding receptions. What was the most memorable thing you've ever seen at a wedding reception? What elements are you including in your wedding to make sure that your guests have a great time? Leave me a note in the comments so we can discuss it. Hi loves, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video today. My goal is to help brides and grooms make well-informed decisions during the wedding planning process. So I hope this information is going to help you plan a really fun wedding reception. If you're in the Baltimore area and you're looking for a wedding planner, please consider me. Look in the description box for a link to schedule a consultation with me. Get on my calendar today. All right, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. Make sure that you like this video, give me a thumbs up, and share it with your friends and family who may be planning a wedding reception as well. All right, so I will see you next Friday for my next video. Have a great day, love.